We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. It's just me today. Tim unavailable for today's show, but so running solo today. No big deal. We get 5 games in the NBA. We get a nice large NHL slate as well. I've made moves. I made 2 moves in the NBA so far, and I made 5 in the NHL. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One win right, one win wrong in the world of sports betting. College basketball reverse swept. We had Army -6. They lose outright to Bucknell. And California, Oregon had a really nice start to the game. We had the under 131.5, and then they decided that defense, what's that? In the second half, that goes way over. So 0-2 in the college basketball world, down 0.88 units for me. Basketball in general sucked yesterday. Went 1-4 in the NBA. Dallas, Atlanta goes way over the total. The under 234.5 was a loser. Pelicans were dead by the first quarter. LA, Utah went barely over the 227.5. I think it landed on 229. So that was a loser. Minnesota Timberwolves were my only winner in basketball yesterday. They lose by 4 to the Denver Nuggets. They cover the +8. The Lakers missed by a half a point. I had them +4.5. That one actually, I believe, went down to a 2 by close. They lose by 5, of course. So Lakers were a loser there. 1-4, down 2.08 units in the NBA yesterday for me. The NHL, 5-2 though. Great day on the ice. Ottawa Senators win it in overtime. That was a nice little winner there, +113. That went all the way down to -105 on some books, so that flipped. Glad to get that nice CLV. And nice that the CLV meant something there. Boston team total under 3.5 was a loser. I thought that was looking good. They were scoreless through the first, and then all of a sudden they get 4 in the last 2 periods and push their team total over. Under 5.5 was intact, though. Bruins win 5-1, so the under 5.5 +102 was a winner. Lightning took care of business here. -1, -115 was almost as easy as it gets. Team total over 3.5 catches in the first period. And the over 6.5 was a winner as well. Dallas Stars -1. They can go, you know what? But they were up 3-0 and end up losing 5-3 to the San Jose Sharks. So not the ending of the night I wanted with the Stars, but it is what it is. On to today slate, but overall yesterday went 6-8, down 0.21 units. So it is what it is. About a break-even day. Heading over to the chat. Morning, Ice F yesterday a little bit, but top of the morning. Yep. Trey Young did double, never in doubt. I wasn't watching, so sounds good. Yo. Sounds like a good day in the world of Joe Kryptonite. But we will start in the NBA here. Not going to be huge breakdowns. Not going to be super in-depth because you guys know me by now. I don't go super in-depth in the NBA, but I will give you where I project these games. And this one's kind of fun. We have a game here at 3 o'clock. This one is, I want to say, in France, if I'm not mistaken, between the Detroit Pistons and the Chicago Bulls. Yeah, this one's in Paris, France at Accor Arena. The Bulls are 7.5-point favorites with a total of 236 in this game. I had this game projected at Bulls -6.5, and my total for this one was 234.5. So I didn't see enough value to go ahead and target this game. It's a slight lean towards the Pistons getting the points, slightly towards the under. I think an under could be a decent look in this game. It's a different arena. You're not used to it. Your shooting angles are off, things along those lines. Neutral site unders generally. We see that a lot with March Madness, where a lot of the games go under. I could see that there, but this one's not one that I particularly had too much interested in there. Brave Dragons money line. There you go. Shenzhen Leopards covered -8.5 against the Dragons. Nice. There you go. Gave that out. Some people on puck. There you go. Way to go. We'll move into the next one here. The rematch of last year's NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics hosting the Golden State Warriors. Celtics are 6-point favorites, total of 238 in this game, 238.5. I have this game at a 237.5, so it's a 1-point lean towards the under here. And I have Boston as an 8.5-point favorite. I almost pulled the trigger on Boston here. I think that it's the spot where we know how the Golden State Warriors are on the road this season. I'm actually going to get up. What is their trends here? Golden State on the road this year as an away team. They are dead last 5-16 ATS. What about as a road dog? Because sometimes road underdogs teams are better. Probably not. They are 3-6 as road dogs. So this is a team that's not only losing, they're not covering as road dogs. And I am interested in the Boston Celtics here a little bit. Not enough for me to make a move on it, but I can definitely see them as a team that'll probably win this game by double digits. So it's a lean towards Boston here for me, but it's a no play on this game. Well, we will move into a game that I do have plays on the next two games here. We have the Toronto Raptors. They're at the Minnesota Timberwolves in this game. Raptors are 5-point road favorites here with a total of 231 in this spot. And I have this game at a 232.5. So it is a slight lean towards the over for me. And I actually have Minnesota as a 1-point favorite. And I know Minnesota's on a back-to-back. They're coming off of a game against the Nuggets in Denver. That's always tough to play. 5 points is a lot, especially the way this Raptors team is playing this year. The Raptors have not been very good. I've heard a lot of people say this is a team that is definitely underachieving this season, a team that people had a lot of hopes for. They're about equal ATS, 22 and 23 ATS this year. They're 6-14 on the road. I don't trust this team on the road, especially laying 5 points. I'm going to go ahead and take the Minnesota Timberwolves here. They cashed me last night. I'm right back on them tonight. We're going with the Timberwolves. I'm grabbing the 5 points in this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game outright because the Raptors are just not a good team in the States. They don't play well in the States. They play better in Canada, but they do not play well when they come down to United States. So I'm on the Minnesota Timberwolves plus the 5 in this one. This line's just way too much. And talk about lines that are way too high in this one, actually. We have the Brooklyn Nets are minus 1.5 with a total of 221. I've stopped capping total or sides for the Brooklyn or for the Phoenix Suns until they get half their team back because my numbers are way off with that. I will look at totals, though, with this team, and my number for this one was 214. This number is entirely too high here with the Phoenix Suns and the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets in their last game, they went way under the total against the Spurs, which according to my brother is like a glitch towards towards overs, and all of a sudden this team has just been an under team. And now, granted, Brooklyn's gone under in 6 straight games, and actually the last 5 of them would go under this 221 total. So this is a team that has been playing under basketball as of late, especially with Kevin Durant out. Phoenix is just not a team we trust right now offensively. They have gone over in back-to-back games, but this number is way too high in my opinion. So I'm on the under 221 here with Brooklyn and Phoenix. Pistons minus 9.5 at plus $12. Wow. I give you all the credit in the world. I would lean towards that way, not 9.5 though. Grabbing plus 7.5 if I felt the need to bet that game, but I don't. So that one ended up being a stay off for me. I saying I couldn't get to that game. Brave Dragons are also called Shanxi Loons. Gotta translate these. Yeah, that's tricky. That is tricky. We will move to the last NBA game, and then we'll get into the good stuff, the NHL. Portland Trailblazers hosting the Philadelphia 76ers in this game. The Sixers are minus 2.5 with a total of 233 in this game. My projected line for this game was Philly minus 1, and my total for this game is a 231.5. So it's a slight lean, 1.5 point lean towards the under for me. It's a slight lean towards the Blazers getting the points at home here. There's a 1.5 point lean. So once again, not enough for me to get involved in this game. So I only played the Timberwolves and the Phoenix Brooklyn under for the NBA today. That is the full card for me in the NBA. What to do? We will be getting to the ice in just a second here, Ice. What you got for me tonight in the CBA? Try FanDuel points bets 76ers. Good luck. I'm not touching that game, but we'll now get into the NHL in this matchup here. Kicking it off here, Canadian matchup. This one caught my eye a little bit. I like this game. Winnipeg Jets are at the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are $1.60 favorites in this game with a total of 6 in this one. And I projected this game actually for Winnipeg to win this one. We're getting Connor Hellebuck and most likely Matt Murray. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ilya Samsonov. I have this game projected 2.86 to 2.46 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are coming in off of a loss against the Montreal Canadiens, who have been playing slightly better as of late. And I get it. This Toronto team is a team that's played well. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They're coming in off a win against the Florida Panthers. I trust Winnipeg though here. I trust the Jets in this game. They're third in the NHL, giving up the least amount of goals. They've gone actually under in 4 straight games as well. Kind of looking a little bit towards the under here in this spot, more specifically a team total under for the Toronto Maple Leafs in this game. Because they're minus 160, so you're going to get a decent price here. I'm going to write that down as a potential show ad. Is the Leafs team total under 3.5? That's $1.20. I do see some value in that line. So Leafs under 3.5 is a potential show ad for me. I am on the Winnipeg Jets. I did grab the Jets at plus 149 last night. I don't think they should be this big of a favorite. This line has dropped 5 cents on Bet Online, so I have beat a little bit of a line movement here. I'd still play the Jets at this number. I'd probably play them down to 135, that 135 mark. So I definitely think the Winnipeg Jets are a live dog in this game. They're coming in off an embarrassing loss against the Montreal Canadiens. So I think that they potentially pick it up here and they play much better in this spot. So looking at Winnipeg here, and I'm looking at them money line, and I'm looking at them defensively taking the Leafs team total under 3.5. What I missed? Good morning. You missed the NBA, so nothing much. My FanDuel account locked. Damn. Tim, email. I will message him, or I will message him after the show. He's not available at the moment, but yeah, I'll message him after the show. Hold up, I got you, Markel. There you go. We're back on Clarkson. I think it was Nicholas Claxton. For the Brooklyn Nets. Probably that's an LJ play for you there. Is probably Claxton blocks. I think he said on the road. The road against Western Conference teams, I think is the way he mentioned that, with Claxton as them to back them there. Riverside leading scorer is questionable with an undisclosed injury. Davis line has jumped from 2.5 to -4. Jumped on it before it gets higher. Good job. There you go. What up, bro? Jets money line. Yes. Is the play or the under? Both. I think this is a Jets in the under spot. I'm looking at the Maple Leafs team total under 3.5, and I already bet the Jets money line. So I do like Winnipeg. Yes. Chinese Basketball Association lines are not out yet. You got Twitter. Yeah, Joe Kryptonite for everything. There you go. Yeah, I've misspelled, but he's been on a tear. Yeah, he has been. He's been a money guy. Moving on, this one's a fun matchup here. We have the New York Rangers. They are hosting the Boston Bruins. It's a pick 'em. It's a total of 5.5 in this game. They saved Or my bad, they didn't save Olmark for this matchup. It is Swayman. Which Swayman, what a 1-2 punch that this Boston Bruins team has with Swayman and Olmark. Olmark's been absolutely elite this year. And on the other side, Swayman's been pretty good too. I have this game projected 2.88 to 2.48 in favor of the Boston Bruins. This line was not available to me last night, so I did not get involved in this game yet. I am interested in the Boston Bruins at this price, though, at a pick 'em. I think there is some value here with Boston. This is a team that has played well on back-to-back, so I'm not particularly worried about that. I'm gonna write this down. Bruins money line at -105 is a look for me. I'm leaning that way. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be adding some of these plays that I didn't bet. I only bet my stuff yesterday, and I didn't touch anything this morning. I was going to be talking them out here on the show here and kind of narrowing it down to the ones I like. And Bruins money line is probably one I'm going to be adding after the show. I think that they should be more like -125, -130 in this game. We're getting a decent price with them here just because they are in New York for this matchup. So looking at Boston here at the -105 price tag. This one, Bruins money line, I can see it. Yeah, the Bruins have been absolutely phenomenal this year, and people are going to look at it and say, "Oh no, Swayman's been fine." Or let's not overreact about Swayman being in net. Is he a downgrade compared to Olmark? Absolutely. He's not been as good as Olmark, but with that being said, he's still putting up really good numbers: 10, 3, and 2 with 235 goals allowed average, and 912 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. He is coming off of a shutout in his last start. So I see this as a good spot for them. It's a slight lean towards the under. I have this game projected for 5.35 goals, so it's a slight lean, not one I'm betting though in this matchup. Next matchup, we get the Minnesota Wild. They're at the Carolina Hurricanes in this one. Hurricanes are -170, total of 5.5 in this one. I have this game projected for Anderson and Fleury in this one, and I have the Hurricanes projected 3.71 to 2.97. I lean towards the Hurricanes in this matchup. I think I'm going to get priced out of them here. You may be able to get the team total over at a decent price, 3.5 plus 105. I see probably a little bit of value with that here because I do have the Hurricanes projected at 3.71 goals. So there's a slight value on that one. Probably not enough for me to bet the team total over in this game. I do like the full game over 5.5, and I saw this opened up at 6, and it's gone down to a 5.5. I don't agree with that. I have this game projected for 6.68 goals, so I see some nice value here with this over 5.5 in this spot, and that's exactly where I'm going to be going in this one here. Carolina, Minnesota over 5.5. All of a sudden, this Carolina Hurricanes team has been playing towards the over. The only one they didn't was when they played the Pittsburgh Penguins, which generally they play that team under the total. Because when we look at the Carolina Hurricanes recently, 4-3 loss against Vancouver. That was their last game, by the way. I think that they're going to come out pissed after losing to Vancouver in a shootout in that fashion. 2-1 against Pittsburgh, but 6-2 against Columbus, a 5-3 loss against New Jersey, a 4-3 loss against Columbus, a 5-3 loss against Nashville, a 5-3 loss against New York, and a 5-4 win against the Devils. So this team has been going over the total as of late, and defensively they've not been as good. So maybe there's a little bit of value here with the team total over 2.5 with the Minnesota Wild actually looking at this game a little bit deeper. There could be some value here with Minnesota to get you 3 goals, honestly. So I'm going to lean towards actually that direction. I think there's more value on Minnesota than there is in Carolina when it comes to the team totals, getting 2.5 with the Wild here. So we may get a little Wild in this game, team total over 2.5. Potentially, I'm going to write that down as well. Wild team total over 2.5 with a question mark. I was originally leaning Carolina, but the more I looked at it, the more I see some value here with Minnesota. So, so I'm going to grab the over 5.5 in this game after the show, and probably a little bit of Wild team total. Ice X is a doofus. Agreed. You look like you need some company there, Nick. I'm just running the show by myself. Actually, it's kind of relaxing. I don't mind it. It's fun. Under 5.5 is kind of low. And yes, I get it. People probably are thinking that the Carolina Hurricanes are an under team, but right now that's just not the case. So I definitely think this game has a 3-3 written all over it, potentially 4-2 with an empty net. Who knows? So I think that there's no way the Canadiens get back-to-back wins in Montreal. Now that we'll be talking about that in 2 games, but first we have to touch on the Flyers and the Blue Jackets. The Flyers are minus 205 in this game with a total of 6. This is another one that I didn't touch last night. I wanted to back the Flyers in some way, shape, or form in this game. I have it projected for Hart and Mrazek. I have them projected 4.15 to 2.38. So this could be a game where I could suggest a puck line, a full game puck line, instead of the -1. It is plus 115. I don't bet puck lines, though. I'm trying not to do that because I've been burned too many times by one goal wins and when teams I have puck lines for. One thing I am looking at in this game is the Flyers team total over 3.5 at -120. I actually like that number a lot. Just asking them to get ask them to get 4 goals against Peter Mrazek in a Blackhawks team I don't trust defensively. Offensively, this game I believe this is a 6.5, right? And it's a 6. Actually, the full game over is a decent look as well, I think, because I do have this game projected for 6.53 goals. The Blackhawks, I believe, have been playing a little bit more towards the over as of late as well. Let's take a look what they have done. They're 4-6 over under the last 10 games. Blackhawks have been scoring a little bit better, though. 4, 5, 3, 4 in their last 4 games. So this team actually has been putting up at least 3 goals in the last 4 games. So they've actually been scoring. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. And on the other side, Philly's been scoring a decent amount too recently. 5, they got shut out again. 5 against Anaheim. They did get shut out against Boston, but 3, 5, 4 previous to that. This is a Flyers team that has been playing actually surprisingly really well as of late. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. So this is a team that I'm looking to back here. And out of those 8 wins, 7 of them, they've covered the puck line. So I could see this as a Philly puck line spot. I'm not a puck line guy, so I'm probably not going to lay the -1.5 with them here. I will look at that team total over, and I'm actually going to look a little bit towards the full game over 6 with Chicago and Philly as well. I think that has some value as well. This going over. Yep. I'm going to take a stab at Flyers. This Flyers team's been playing really well as of late. I won't talk you off of that. Over 6, yeah. I'm going to just take the team total over rather than the puck line because I could see this game going 4-3. I could see this game being a 3-3 at one point. The Blackhawks have been scoring a little bit better as of late. Now we'll get into the game that Joe Kryptonite says there's no way the Montreal Canadiens win back-to-back games, right? The Florida Panthers are -245 on the road here in Montreal. Total 6.5 in this game. And that completely stunned me, especially the way that the Panthers have played recently. Looking at this game for me, I have this game projected actually for the Canadiens to win this game outright. I have Montembeault and Bobrovsky. Montembeault has been awesome as of late because they have won 3 straight games actually. They beat the Rangers 2-1, and they beat the Winnipeg Jets. Have 4-1. So this is a team that actually has been playing better defensively as of late, but it's not been their defense because they gave up four expected goals against in the Winnipeg game. They gave up 4 expected goals against in the Rangers game. So they got kind of dominated in both those games. They lost the expected goal battle. Montembeault has been awesome, and it's going to be probably Samuel Montembeault in this game as well because Allen's hurt right now. So he's going to have to be the goaltender that takes the reins here for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, on the flip side, we have the Florida Panthers, who have been, it looks like they've been turning it around a little bit. Offensively, they've been better. But in this game, I don't think they should be -245 favorites. That's just a no for me. I'm looking at the Montreal Canadiens. Their team total over 2.5. You can get at -120, and their money line at +212. I think they're a very live underdog in this game. I'm going to be probably adding that after the show. Habs, team total over 2.5, and Habs, ML. I think they're a very live underdog in this game. I think there's a bunch of live underdogs today, and Montreal is one of them. especially if Montembeault is going to continue playing the way he has been playing as of late. So give me Les Habitants in this one here. I think Montreal is very live in this spot. Over 6 in the Flyers game. Yep. Good morning, my guy. Let's cash. Yes. Yep, I know we're going Montreal money line. Absolutely. Plus 245 with Les Habaneros. There you go. Wire to wire for plus 500. I won't talk you off of that one here. I do not trust this Florida Panthers team on the road this year. That's one thing I will look at here, where they are 10, 14, and 2. And you're asking to lay $2.45. No, thank you for me. I am on Les Habitants in this one here. Now we'll move on to the marquee matchup of the day. The Columbus Blue Jackets are minus 165 favorites against the Anaheim Ducks. Total is 6.5 in this game. I bet this game yesterday, not expecting this line to move the way it has. It's actually moved towards the Blue Jackets, and I'm on the Ducks. I like the Ducks in this game, and I like the over. I have this game projected 4.67 to 3.47, 8.14 goals. I'm projecting Gibson and Merzlikins in net, and I don't trust Merzlikins at all. He's my lowest rated goalie in my goalie ratings here, and I don't see them going to Tarasov in this game. He went last game. I'm going to see that Merzlikins is going to be in net again here. I think the Ducks team total over is a decent look as well, and I get it. The Ducks have struggled offensively. Minus 150 for team total over 2.5 with the Ducks here. I think is a very live number, especially with Merzlikins in net for the Jackets. So I am on the Ducks money line. I'm going to look towards their team total over 2.5, and I already played the full game over 6.5 at plus 104 as well. I love this bum fight. I did a free pick video for this game last night, so I took the Ducks here. Money line and over 6.5. I'll probably look at probably playing their team total over as well. Is Timoka? Yes, he's fine. He's just not available this morning. Aren't the Panthers pretty bad in Montreal as well? I can look that up actually. I can see the previous history between these two teams head to head. Last 10 games, Florida has actually won. Or Montreal's only won 3 of the last 7 games. In Montreal won the last game of the year 10-2. They lost 4-3 in March of 2022. They won 4-0. They won 6-1. Actually, so they've won 4 of the last 5 meetings in Montreal. So yeah, that's definitely a good look there. Stay off for me. Yes, I love bum fudge though. Blue Jackets full game over. Yes, I am looking at. I did bet that as well. I did bet the over 6.5 in this game. All my picks are on my Twitter at Nicholas_Earle. I'll post all my show ads after the show. But yeah, I like the Ducks in the over in this spot. What's up, Nick? Smash the like button. Don't smash it too hard where it's broken and people after you can't like that. That's just inconsiderate. But going to the matchup here that I kind of wish Tim was here for. The Buffalo Sabres are minus 115 at home against the New York Islanders with a total of 6 in this game. Islanders coming in off of a back-to-back where they outplayed the Bruins last night. When you look at the expected goal numbers, they were the better team, and they just didn't get the job done. Varlamov was bad. I think with Sorokin and net, they would have won last night. They saved Sorokin for tonight. I'm projecting Sorokin and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in this game. I have this game projected 3.05 to 2.6 in favor of the New York Islanders in this spot. So it's slightly leaning towards the under in this game for me. And I'm looking towards New York in this game, even off the back-to-back. The Islanders, I believe, I was told they're 5-3 on back-to-backs this year. They've been a really good under team as of late. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10 games, so I wouldn't talk anybody off the under in this one as well. When we look at this matchup here, I want to see what they've done against Buffalo recently because I think this is an Islanders-dominated series against Buffalo here. Actually, Buffalo has won 4 of the last 5, but previous to that, the Islanders won 5 in a row. So Buffalo, and Buffalo won both meetings in Buffalo last year. Islanders were just not the same team last year, though, which the Islanders have not been great this year either. But I think that they are a team that I'm going to look towards here. So Isles money line is something I'm looking at as well at plus 105, and maybe lean towards the Sabres under 3.5 goals, which at this price you could probably get a decent. Nope, minus 160. Nope, complete pass on that total. I'm not laying $1.60 on a Sabres under because we all know the Sabres can score. Just I don't want to bet that. So, yeah, I'm going to most likely be on the New York Islanders here at plus 105. Fire, yes. Michigan State minus 3. I do not have the document up. Let me get the document up for the NCAA so I can see. You said Michigan State minus the points. We actually have that game price closer to a pick'em. We have Michigan State as a half-point favorite, so it's a slight lean towards the Rutgers in that one for us. Islanders plus money. Yes, I like the Islanders plus money here. The like button survived. Okay, good. Thank you for letting other people hit the like button, which if you haven't already, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're, I think, less than 20 subscribers away from 3,000. So if you guys can help us get to 3,000, we've been stuck at like 2,900 for, it feels like a month now. So if we can try to hit that 3,000 subscriber mark, that'd be cool. Islanders. Yes, I do like the Islanders today. Whereas Tim, he's just not available. So this morning, I don't know if he wants me to disclose that information, so I'm just going to say he's not available. Tim coming through the college basketball picks. There you go. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Yes, hit the like button, like an adult. Yes. All right, we got 6 more hockey games to go over. This one I really liked, and I jumped on it early, and it's moved 10 cents in my favor, which is always nice to see. Nashville Predators are at the St. Louis Blues in this one. The Predators are minus 115 in this game now, with a total of 6. And there is one reason why I love the Nashville Predators in this game. It feels like one reason only. His name is UC Saros, and the guy's been absolutely elite. He's number 2 in the NHL in goals saved above average, and he's a dark horse to win the Vezina. Unfortunately, the Predators would have to make the playoffs in order for that to happen, and I just don't see them making the playoffs unless he carries them to the playoffs. But we've had plenty of these games recently where it's UC Saros is good at hockey. I had this game projected 3.51 to 2.62 in favor of the Predators here, and whenever Saros is in net, I'll most likely see some value here with Nashville. I grabbed him at minus 105. The Nashville or Saros has been unreal this year. And he's one of the main reasons I'm backing this team. There's the massive goaltending advantage. Binnington has not been the same this year. He's actually been pretty bad. They traded away Husso in the offseason, which looks like a head-scratching decision now. They lost Baron. They have a bunch of injuries. This is not the same Blues team that I loved last year, that I made a lot of money with last year. This is a different Blues team. They're not as good, but yet they're only a couple points out of the playoffs, which is surprising. That's how bad the West is right now. It feels like anyone can squeak into that because we have in the Western Conference, we actually have it pretty close because we have actually I saw this, it was kind of interesting. The favorite to win the conference is currently not in a playoff spot, which blows my mind. The Avalanche are the favorite still to win the Western Conference, according to Bet Online and Bovada, one of the books I look at. Calgary has the last wild card spot at 51 points. Then it's Colorado at 49, Nashville at 48, St. Louis at 47. Those 4 teams are within 4 points of each other of that last wild card spot. So it's going to be an interesting wild card race for the Western Conference going down the stretch here. Obviously, there's a few months left of the regular season still, but I like the Nashville Predators in the spot. I got them at minus 105. I'm taking Nashville in the spot. And I wouldn't talk you off the Blues team total under. I think this game potentially goes under as well. You can get the Blues under 2.5 at plus 140, which is an interesting number here. I have them projected for 2.62, so I'm probably going to stay off myself, but I can definitely see a little bit of value on that number there. But Nashville for me. Here we go. Morning, Nick. Huge NHL slate. Yes, there is. And I'm going to have probably way too much action. I'm a mouse. Cool. Chinese Basketball Association channel right here. There you go. Opposite sides, I'm on the Blues money line and the over. This is a rivalry game. It's going to be crazy. That's fine. I'm following my numbers. My numbers love the Preds here. So Preds are probably one of my favorite plays of the day. In NRL, we trust. Appreciate it. I got a win off the CBA last night, Joe. The 2 a.m. early morning live winner. There you go. Brave Dragons money line was fire. Yes. I know you're locked in with on the Calgary Pacific future, but there's more value on the Kraken or the Kings. But more value on the Kraken or the Kings as the dark horse winner. My problem with both those teams is goaltending. Martin Jones has been absolutely amazing, but I don't trust him to play like that for the full year. And Grubauer has been very hit or miss. And the Kings have the talent. I'm not saying they don't. I bet I saw more value with the Flames at plus 650 because their numbers are if their expected goal numbers really played out the way that their games played out the way they were supposed to. They should be a top 5 team in the conference in the NHL right now. So I think Calgary does go on a run. I think Seattle falls off a little bit, and the Kings are. I don't see the Kings as a division winner. The Kings will probably be in the playoffs again. I won't doubt that, but I wouldn't say they're a division winner. Maybe a question for Tim, maybe also a dumb one. Your college basketball spreadsheet, the number after the team is what you capped it at, right? Yeah. Like we have Stony Brook as a 2-point favorite. Correct. That is our projected number for it, and then we look at the lines. Yeah. Preds money line. Yes, Preds money line. Thinking about doing a 6-teamer. Good luck. That's the best way to go 5-1. Moving on here, probably the best matchup of the night. The Tampa Bay Lightning are at the Edmonton Oilers. It's a pick'em, total of 6.5 in this spot. And Vasilevsky and Skinner is projected for this matchup here, 3.16 to 2.88 in favor of the Lightning in this game for me. I'm looking at Tampa Bay in this game, and I know they are on a second half of a back-to-back, so this probably isn't the spot for them. But this is a Tampa Bay team that's been playing absolutely elite hockey as of late. I didn't get the numbers for last night's game, but they were pretty good. They dominated last night. They got out to that 4-0 lead. They cruised to a 5-2 win, and they actually got outplayed late in that game. They actually got outplayed in that game in general. Vancouver was the better team last night, and that's just how bad Spencer Martin was. So, but I like Tampa Bay in this spot. They saved Vasilevsky for this game. So this was the one that they have circled. I like the Lightning in this game. The Lightning are a bet-on team for me going forward. If you want a long shot division future with some value, you can get 12-1 for the Lightning to win the Atlantic. I think there's value on that line for Tampa Bay to win the Atlantic. So not saying that Boston's going to fall apart or anything like that, but the way that the Lightning are playing, I think they can potentially catch back up. So I like Tampa Bay in this game. Tampa Bay money line for me. Hold up. Wasn't the Warriors at the White House? Give me the Boston Tea Parties. Okay. I got the over when it was a 6. Whoa. When was it a 6? Jeez. No, yeah. Say Skinner for the 1. Yeah. Vancouver overs at home have been a wagon. Vancouver overs in general and opponent team total overs. Just blindly bet that in print money. No, don't do it. Worst investment 6. Yeah, no. We do not advocate for parlays here. All right, moving on here. Washington Capitals are $2 favorites, total 6 in this game. This is not a game I was particularly interested in. Kemper and Vamelka is the projected goalies for this game. 3.02 to 2.59, 5.61 projected goals in this game. If I had to get to anything, it's the Arizona Coyotes at this line. Washington has not been playing as well with their players back, which is kind of interesting. So it's not a team I'm particularly interested in backing at the moment. Plus 184 with the Arizona Coyotes, I think it's a very interesting line. They are coming in off of a shootout win in their last game against the Detroit Red Wings. I think the Coyotes are a live underdog in this game. Probably not going to bet it, though. Probably not going to bet it, but this line, I would have to lean Coyotes, but it's a pass for me in this one. Move on right along. Got to move a little bit quicker. Still got 3 more games left. I only have a play in one of them, and it's this game right here. And then I'm going to talk out the other two because I'm kind of interested in a side in one, and I don't know in the last game. The New Jersey Devils are minus 125 favorites. Total is 6.5 in this game. And looking at this spot here, I have projected Vanacek and Martin Jones. Martin Jones has been a league average goaltender, has a great record. They're scoring for him, though. I'm expecting a little bit of a regression here for both Martin Jones and the Seattle Kraken here. I have this game projected 3.08 to 2.7 in favor of the New Jersey Devils in this game. I bet them yesterday at minus 120. I saw a little bit of value here with the Devils at minus 127. I'll probably lay only up to minus 130 with the Devils. So I do think the Devils are the right side in this game. This has been a team that's been awesome on the road, awesome on the West Coast as well. New Jersey this season is 17-4 on the road. Absolutely phenomenal road record. My bad. They're 17-4 on the puck line, 8-2-1 on the road. They're absolutely awesome this season, and I'm going to look for that to continue here. I'm on the New Jersey Devils, laying the $1.20. I know it's wrong as a Capitals fan, but the first thought was, yeah, the Coyotes are, I think, a decent look today. That's fair. Yeah, we'll take the under. I do lean under in the Oaks game. I do lean under there. No release in the Kraken tonight against the best road team. Might look at the over potentially. It's hard to bet unders at the Kraken. Yes, it is. Which is why I only touched the Devils. Detroit Red Wings are at the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. The Knights are minus 165 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this spot. I'm kind of interested in the under in this game. First look on this one, I have this game projected 3.26 to 2.91, 6.17 goals. I'm kind of interested in Detroit here a little as well because my numbers suggest they should only be around a plus 125, plus 130, and you can get it for plus 147. So this one's right now, it's a lean for me with the Red Wings and the under, which kind of leans me towards the VGK team total under, which I think is an interesting look at 3.5, minus 115. I think that's where I might go for this game is VGK team total under. With my projections showing some value on that line. I have it projected for 3.26, so slight lean towards that one. I don't know if I'm going to get involved in this game. I'm leaning wings. I'm leaning under. No play for me in this game at the moment, but that's kind of where I'm leaning. I have Vegas under 3.5 with a question mark next to it. Yeah, dang, 17-4 on the road. Yes, wings. I'm very tempted on the wings. I'm going to write wings money line with a question mark as well. I need to look at this game a little bit deeper, but I am interested in Detroit. Vegas has been shaky looking on the Red Wings are a live dog now. Yeah, I think so. I need a recap on this monster NHL slate. I will recap my plays. I'll recap my potential ads here because I'm writing down all the ones I want to add as well. And you can follow me on Twitter at Nicholas_Earle. All my NHL plays are posted on there as well. We're actually going to the CBA playoffs. There you go. Final game of the night. The Dallas Stars are at the LA Kings in this one here. Kings are $1.25 favorites. Total 6 in this game. I am mad at the Stars right now after what happened last night. But it's Wedgwood projected in net against Phoenix Copley. I have this game projected 3 to 2.84 in favor of the Stars in this game. And I'm kind of interested in Dallas money line here. At the plus price tag you can get them at. They are now plus 115, plus 116. I think people are going to overreact about what they saw last night, them blowing the lead. I think they come out pissed. I think that potentially, I don't bet these, but if you're somebody who does, Dallas first period, I think is a very interesting look for them to come out pissed after what happened last night. So that's kind of where I'm going to be looking at that game is the Dallas Stars at plus 115 full game. In this one, I see this as, once again, a live road underdog with the Dallas Stars. I have them projected as a slight favorite in this game, so I'm going to look towards probably the Dallas Stars in this game. Even after what they did last night, you got to have short-term memory in sports betting. If they screw you over one night, you got to bounce back with them the next if you like them as well. You can't have that Can't have that recency bias because a lot of people will. So I'm going to look to go right back to the Stars here tonight at that plus 115, plus 116 price tag. But that is everything for tonight's slate. Are you and Tim going to the stadium? I am contemplating it. I am definitely thinking about seeing that the Capitals and the Hurricanes next month at Carter Finley Stadium. That would be an absolutely awesome experience. Tickets are a couple $100, but potentially. Gotta bet with your wallet, not your head. Absolutely. Absolutely. Follow your numbers. Don't follow your heart. Bet numbers, not teams. Dallas let me down yesterday. Yes, and a lot of people are going to be thinking that way and gotta bet the Kings today. Don't do it. Don't do it. I think the Stars win this game. So, but that is everything for today's slate. Quick little recap, and then we're going to head on out for this one. In the NBA, I'm on the Suns and Nets under 221, and I'm on the Timberwolves +5. And then in the NHL, I have already locked in for plays today. The Ducks money line and the over 6.5. I've also bet where are they? There we go. The Winnipeg Jets money line, the Nashville Predators money line, and the New Jersey Devils money line. As for show ads, the ones I have written down here that I'm most likely adding after the show: Leafs team total under 3.5, Bruins money line, Carolina, Minnesota over 5.5, Wild team total over 2.5. I'm interested in as well. Flyers team total over 3.5, and the full game over 6. Habs team total over 2.5 and the money line. Ducks team total, Islanders, Lightning, and then Stars with the question marks next to the Wings money line and Vegas money line. I don't know, or Vegas team total under 3.5. Don't know which one I'm going to get to in that game or if I'm going to get to it. So that is everything for today's slate, but that's going to just about do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not already, and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck.